just want to take the opportunity to highlight some of the work that we have been doing so that for those that are yet to benefit from what 67 CEOs is doing can, have the expectation of what they should look out for. And I'll be having a conversation with some of the small business owners that have benefited from our program, either during the Global Entrepreneurship Week pitching session or specifically during the looting where we're able to support businesses to rebuild. So the point of the session is just to kind of understand where the entrepreneur is coming from, where they are, how they get to encounter 67 CEOs as a foundation, how as our programs and initiatives help them in their entrepreneurial journey, and what they look forward to. So I'll be having a conversation with a few of them. I have Duduzile. I can see Duduzile already. Duduzile, if you could please unmute your microphone and switch on your video. I think I saw Sandra. Yes, Sandra Harris also is here. You can unmute your microphone and switch on your video. Who else do I have here? I think those are the two that I've got for now.
Hello.
Yebo.
Hi,
Hi.
everyone. I'm good, thank you. And how are you?
Very well, very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. My network is very bad this side, so I may have to switch off my video.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's all right. That is okay.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So let's see. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're all good.
How are you doing? Good to see you.
I am well, thanks. Good to see you all. It's always a great pleasure to be on this platform.
Awesome, awesome. So this is going to be a conversation. I'm going to ask questions. What is, how did you get to, get into entrepreneurship? What industry you are? Basically introduce yourself, then I will follow up with a few questions. And Duduzile also, you can get ready while Sandra is responding to
Okay.
introducing herself. Please go ahead, Sandra.
All right. So as said, my name is Sandra Harris, and I am originally from Mpumalanga, a small town called Creole. It's very small, but it has great potential. And I've been part of the platform from last year. So I'm a newbie. I know it's been running and been doing a lot of great work. I was part of the Global Entrepreneurship Week last week, and we had awesome speakers just as we had today. Got to learn a lot. My background is two-way. It's in corporate side and also fresh to entrepreneurship. So when I got the opportunity to be part of global entrepreneurship with the foundation 67 CEOs, I thought, all right, this is a great platform to propel me to actually initiate the vision that I had. I work a 9-to-5 job, but have a great vision to actually impact the community that I come in with a business solution that is a platform to house local businesses, whereby it's a small hub that gives us opportunity to actually build our own economy in the small towns. We cleaned up a spot that was previously used for dumping, an illegal dumping site with my family. And when we cleaned up that spot, we thought instead of it being, littered like once and again, it's best that we use shipping containers and build a hub for local businesses to come and thrive. Now, building something like this it's already hard to be an entrepreneur, but when you do it with the corporate side, it really becomes, an even harder journey, and the impact is still wanted. So being part of the 67 CEOs Foundation event last year really assisted me greatly in putting the vision in a way that will be fruitful and resultant to the efforts that we want to yield. It's been a hard journey. I know lockdown, and the impact of the pandemic has had a great impact on existing businesses. For me, on my side, it was like a new entrant. And from the word go, a person had to pivot before building something that was established. So the journey has been just as hard. We've been working together with the local community that I come from in Kriel, whereby we're helping the small businesses. Yes, we haven't had our shipping containers in place yet, but the learnings that I got on this platform last year, the support that I got actually assisted me to see how we could pivot to assist people. And I've gotten other opportunities that came out of being here. I studied social entrepreneurship with the Gibbs Institute this year, which actually opened up my mind to how my business can not just create profit for me, but also bring about an impact for the world that we exist in, how we can partner up with other businesses to actually bring the change that we want to see. I think I'll leave it there. That's a brief intro to who I am and what we do as Kumtumikia, which is the name of our business, which means to serve in Swahili. Thank you so much, Sam.
Serve. Awesome. Awesome. And might I add that you are one of the winners of the Global Entrepreneurship Week 2020 pitching competition. And the resources that you were offered has helped you to be able to kick off what you intended to do as a social entrepreneur. That is awesome. I'll come back to you shortly. Let's, Duduzile, could you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone, once more. This is Tutungubane of DU Confidence Designs. I am born and bred in Pietermaritzburg, also in a very small town called Ashtown. I grew up there, and growing up, I was introduced to entrepreneurship because at home we didn't have nothing, but each and every one of us had to be given a certain task to do. So my one was to sell fish around the township. So I grew up having that thing of entrepreneurial skill. But I'm in fashion. I'm a fashion designer now. And my business manufactures and designs and manufacture plus size female wear. How did I go about to be in that field? When I was pregnant of my second born, I struggled to get nice clothes that fitted me perfectly. I like fashion and I like to be different. So whenever I walk into the room, I must make a statement. So I was so stressed that I couldn't find something that will make me feel like that will accommodate me and make me feel confident and comfortable in my new body shape, because I changed completely. At first I was a size 36, but then with my new body, I became size 40, 42. So there was a huge challenge. So what I used to do, I used to buy some clothes and alter them so that I become different. So people used to like that so much. They used to like my style so much that they would also ask me to buy for them and do the same clothing as mine. So I saw a business opportunity there, and I started off selling in a bag. I was still working at that time. I was employed by the local municipality, at Tebuli municipality. I was still working, so I was doing it as a side hustle. But as and when I was doing things for people, I became interested in the passion and the love of fashion, because they overcame what I was doing at the municipality. So each and every morning I would start from the fabric shops, buy and go to work. During my lunch break, I'll go and sell, and that's how I grew. So I was also doing markets, flea markets. I was also selling from the flea markets, but that was before I was selling from the booths. So from the back, I went straight to the car booths. So each and every weekend, I would go and open the booth somewhere else. Then people would come and buy. And then I was introduced to the local markets and exhibitions. So from the local booths, I did exhibitions and markets. And from the market, I found a small kind of space in Musgrave, Devon. That was when I was extremely stressed because one of my sisters passed on. So I was extremely stressed. So I made a lot of dresses trying to get rid of the pain and trying to understand the situation that I was at that particular time. So I got the space and I opened a small shop, and people showed so much interest and the business was growing. And then from that shop, I grew to a semi-formal shop until I decided to resign from work because the pressure now was too much and I had to make a decision.
Which year was that? Which year was that, Duduzile? Which year did
it was in 2018.
Okay.
2018.
Awesome.
So I resigned at work and I decided to invest the little money that I got from my pension fund to open a shop in Ushaga Marine, one of the tourist junction center in Devon. So that was an extremely difficult for me, and because I was now being introduced into a bigger space. And I was still trying to learn some of the things. And I didn't do proper research, if I can say honestly. I didn't do proper research in terms of the location that I was at. So it came with a lot of stress. But I'm glad I went through that process because that's when I actually realized that I'm into this and I really want this to work. And everybody has given up on my dream, but I still had that passion to say, I've got this. So I persisted until I applied for the SAP Tolowana program, which I was accepted there. I joined the program, and it was a bit of a relief because then I was having someone who was holding my hand, even though I had some difficulties, but I knew that it was part of the game. So someone was always by my side, guiding me, advising me as to what decisions to take. So I had to swallow my pride, and when things were not going right, I had to swallow my pride, pack my things, and think of the next plan. I'm a go-getter. Naturally, I am a go-getter, so I don't want to fail. Failure is just not me. So I had to act fast, and I had to consult one of the municipal business supports. And I told them, I've got this passion, I've got a dream, I've got a business that is doing that has a potential to do great, and that has a potential to hire more people to create job opportunities. So what can they do for me? At first, I was rejected, but I didn't take no for an answer because the passion in me and the belief that I could do it was there. And the next day, I was in the next office. In fact, I approached one of the councillors for the deputy chairperson of the Economic Development Department. I went there and I literally cried. I told them at that time, SAP has already promised me that they will buy me machines. So I told them, I've already done the startup. After all, I'm not looking for funding. All I need is just a space.
Yes.
So I literally cried. I mean, I think my tears actually works wonders because everyone was touched, and on that day I received an email to say they're giving me 100 meters square manufacturing at the municipality. It's a very small rental, and I was so happy. That was in February, and I came and I viewed. Pardon?
Which year was that? Which
It was last year, 2020, COVID year, 2020 last year.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2020, early 2020. It was in February. I was so excited. Everything was going smooth, and the faith was was back. I was looking at the bigger picture, And February, when I came in the space, it was so dirty that I had to literally clean it myself because I didn't have money to hire anyone who could assist. Fortunately, I have a very loving and supporting husband, so we were doing it on our own. We cleaned the space, and I was supposed to move in on the 1st of March. So we moved in, and then we tried, we tried to advertise the space, and people were beginning to come through. And then COVID happened.
I was waiting for that.
And then COVID happened. The lockdown happened. It was, I remember, it was around the 20 something of 20, around 21st.
28, yeah, thereabout, yeah.
Yeah, it was around about that time. I was so confused. I'm not the kind of person who's used to ask for something. And the first 2 weeks of COVID-19 was extremely difficult. I think I may have gone mad at that time because I painted the whole house without noticing that I'm painting the house, thinking about this dream, thinking about what I've been through, thinking about going back to work. I mean, I was not ready to go back to work. Well, my ex-boss was already trying to invite me back, and I said no. Let me just take some time and see where this is going. My husband is a procurement manager in one of the big companies. So I asked him, how are you going to get masks? Because at that time, the president has announced that we need to manufacture the cloth masks. I asked him, and he just said to me, you know what? Everybody has already sourced a face mask from different service providers, suppliers. And in any case, you don't even have money. How are you going to do that? You know what I told him? I told him that it's good to try. Let me just try. I approached all the companies that were around Durban, any company that you can think of in Durban. I sent some emails, and some were declining me, some were promising me, but I could see there were empty promises. And I approached Toyota. I was so scared, I don't underline. The list of documents that they wanted me, I didn't have any of those documents. But I needed to
size of the organization. Because of the size of Toyota, the documents they were asking you don't have them.
Yes. And I was looking at myself and said, I don't have those documents, but I know I can do what they were looking for. And I had to be smart. I had just asked for a visual interview with the procurement manager. I told him, I can't get those documents now, but I guarantee you, the mask that I will do for you is the mask that you're looking for. And I started doing my research on the mask because, like I told you, I'm different. I don't want to do things just because anyone else is doing. I had to dig down because my mask has to be different. And I found a niche that most people were doing cloth masks, but they were not putting the filter inside the cloth mask. So for me, that was a niche. So I did mine, and I put mine, the filter, and I did the presentation. They were so impressed. They just said to me, you got the contract, we'll give you the contract, we'll deal with the documents later.
Wow.
So that's the positivity for COVID-19. So I got a 3-year contract with Toyota. And once I was still discussing with Toyota, I approached my previous boss because they were dealing with the counselors department. So I knew for sure that they will want masks for counselors. I also went there and then I did presentation. They also gave me the job. So we went back and we had to now struggle to get the fabric now because the fabric that they were looking for, one of the fabric that Toyota was looking for was supposed to be SABS approved. So I had to look for, and it's the fabric that you don't normally get in an ordinary fabric shop.
Yeah.
It was a struggle, but I was willing to go through that struggle. Fortunately, I managed to get a supplier that had the fabric. So COVID-19 has been difficult, yes, but it came with opportunities.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll allow you to continue. And honestly, I gave you that much time intentionally because I could pick some highly inspiring nuggets, from what you were sharing. And I want to believe that I'm not alone from that angle. I believe other small businesses that are in the room are also, getting those. Number one, you're very passionate, and it's even projected in your presentation. And what I also found is that, or noticed is, based on what you said, the problem you were trying to solve, you had it personally. So it was something you experienced and you decided that, you want to solve this problem. And then from there, you converted it into a business. And again, it is a very inspiring story that I believe all the small businesses are also going to take a few things home, because you see, you have an idea, you start it, and there is nobody supporting, there is no funding, there is no that. And for many, they give up at that point. And if you had given up, you wouldn't have experienced having gotten a contract from Toyota. You did not give up. You started from selling from shop to shop and from your booth, and then crying in front of the municipality, to say, you guys just have to give me this because I'm so passionate. And the risky part, I must mention, is that you resigned from your job. A few people can do that, and you persevered and you persevered. Let me quickly go to Sandra, then I'll come back to you, Duduzile, then you pick it up from serving the contract that you signed, and you could please fast track to the June-July 2021 incident, and how you get to know about 67 CEOs as we begin to then bring it to a close at a later stage. Sandra, how was 2020 global pandemic, and for 2021, what has been the activities in terms of your business? Some of the challenges and how you have been able to overcome them.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. Firstly, sure, I'm also truly inspired by the story from Mrs. Dudu. She's really a conqueror, and you're right that it's rare that people would just, leave their jobs and go through all of that she's went through. So I am also truly inspired, and that's the thing about being part of these platforms. I pray for that bravery. I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, you need to know your risk appetite as well, because we're different and our journeys differ. And it's always so good to see that inspiring, part of things which pushes us to do the most. So as I had said in my opening, that I was, a startup at that point, and I came in even with the pitching competition. It was me pitching our idea and the early startup phase, and the resources that we got from 67 CEOs allowed us then to go back to the space that we had adopted, which is also something that we got with the help from the local government. So they allowed us to adopt that spot. And now with the funds that we got, we were able to clean it up and start now with the plans in terms of acquiring the shipping containers, paying for the architect. I think for me, what is different in terms of the business that I am in, which is the facility management and rental spaces for small businesses, is that it's very capital intensive. So the starting off route is not just a thing that you can just have your skin in the game and start slowly but surely. But what we've done to actually start getting that recognition, one thing that we learned last year on this platform is that whatever business that you have, it needs to be adding value to your market. The people that you are going to be getting the income from, the people that you're going to be servicing, need to find value and want that service of yours. So we started then building that rapport with the people in the community, the local businesses that we've managed to actually support. We thought that, yes, we don't have our infrastructure in play and all set up because the capital, we don't have it yet, but we thought we could be a change agent by supporting those local businesses. There's a local fitness center that we actually have been involved with, and some people, young people who do photography. So with that opportunity that we had and the resources that we had, we then supported them in that way, whereby we can't host your business now, but whilst we in the come up, we'll pass the ladder down to those who actually need the help. the skills that we have developed. So we also continue to take part in other pitching competitions. You know, the funding issue, it is a real issue, but I think the private sector, as well as the government and some, you know, state institutions, they try to give those opportunities. I must say kudos to 67 CEOs, because y'all really commit, y'all took the time to check up on us even after the winnings and assisting us with all of that. One organization that has assisted and opened up my mind is also in terms of partnering up, that whilst you don't have the resources, get a big brother in the business industry that you want to start, so that they can help you to roll out the business that you have. Absolutely. Going back to our story now, now we're in a phase whereby we're actually using the resources that we have at hand to barricade and protect the space that we have, because it's in such a highly used area. People easily now start the dumping again, and it's a mindset shift that we're trying to create, so that people know that you don't need to drive all the way out to get those services. We have the talent here in our local town. We have the opportunities here, and now it's just that fight then of getting all the funding that's needed, since it's the capital intensiveness. And then also now building the clientele, because with the opportunities that we got, you need to show why your business idea is viable. Who are the people that you are going to service? And I continue to grow and I continue to learn, and that push is needed. I think perhaps ultimately one day I'll also be the one, you know, leaving my 9-to-5 to actually pursue this on a full-time basis. And I think by doing that, it will really flourish. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, again, I can see the passion, you know, in your voice also, on how you are helping or trying to help the small businesses within your community and creating a very vibrant and entrepreneurial space for them in that local municipality, I would say, in Mpumalanga. That is very, very commendable of you. You know, entrepreneurship, business, I should put it like this, business entrepreneurship is difficult. More so is social entrepreneurship, you know, because, you know, you're not only dealing with clientele, but you have to deal with partners that are then going to help, you know, whoever are your beneficiaries or the end users of your programs. Sandra, you know, I am so much encouraged by the art that you have for others to develop, and we are inspired equally by your story. And you know, maybe the resilience is giving you the energy that is required now, and the faith and the power that is required to be able to, you know, take that risk. Drusile, I can see a lot of people, even in the chats, are highly inspired by your story. And, you know, thank you so much for sharing them. So you had a contract with Toyota and the other organization that you mentioned, the one you used to work for, and then, you know, you were producing for them. You know, then please, if you could, please fast track to June, July 2021, what happened and how you get to know about 67 CEOs Foundation, what the relief assistance you got was, and how that assisted you to be able to rebuild.
Hey, July. I cannot forget that period. Yo, you know, everything was well and good. We were all rolling. The business was booming. We were getting contracts and everything left, right, and center. And then political unrest happened. Yo, I almost died. I think I died. But you know, if you're into something, you're just into something. There's nothing you can do about it. It was an extremely difficult period, full of confusion, uncertainties, and most of all, what happened there, it was when they looted my business. So I could see my dream going down the drain. I cried for 4 days. I was getting a phone call from my employees, left, right, and center. They were asking me if this is the beginning or it's the end. I had no answer at that time. But something in me said, I can still do it. When I received a call from one of my clients to say they haven't looted your space yet, please come fast and rescue what you can. It was a sign of relief because in my mind, I had already concluded that they've already taken everything. I was lucky enough because I came in and I was able to save only 4 machines out of 12 machines that I had. And I could save only a few things.
They looted 8 of them.
They looted 8. I was only left with 4. So I had to really be smart. When I was taking things, I had to really be smart because the van that I had was very small. It could only take so much, and my private car. So the rest of the things that I had, the equipment that I had, was left behind. But I was smart enough to take the very important one because I had to be smart to take the overlocker, the straits, the curtains and everything so that I'm able to restart again from the little that I had. So I was emotionally drained. I was just out of it, but I managed, somehow I managed. But I was still determined to do it. I was still determined to do it because at home I have a big space. So I told myself, I'm not gonna give whoever was looting a satisfaction. I will have to try and start, like, even if it's baby steps, I really have to start doing something. I had already cleaned my garage, and but the support that I got from my clients was amazing. Phone calls, and people are still placing orders, which was amazing. They said to me, if you say you managed to save some machines, then we're placing some orders. Do it at home. We'll drive wherever you are, we'll drive there, which gave me another hope and the determination to push forward regardless of the circumstances. And at that time, I was still discussing the contract with the space. Maybe some of the attendees knows the space. It has 9 branches nationwide. I was in the middle of discussion with that contract. So it was between declining the contract or taking the contract with the risk of not being able to achieve what they were looking for from me, because I was expected to produce 360 pieces of garments so that I'm able to supply all these shops. But I said to myself, if I decline this offer, I might not get it. Let me just take a risk and accept the offer. I signed the contract. Then my responsibility was to look for people who were able to who will be willing to assist me going forward. I also approached SAP Foundation because I'm now an alumni. I have already graduated from there, so they could not do anything for me at that point. I wrote to them and I told them that each and every equipment that you've bought for me is gone, and I'm just left like with 4 machines. So and I also, when I went through my Facebook page and I saw 67 CEOs Foundation, and I said to myself, voila. I applied. You know, I was so amazed that it took such a short time for you guys to respond. You know, the response gave me hope. It actually gave me hope to say there are people who are still willing to go an extra mile for us. We are not alone, which is what is important. I think sometimes people think it's about money. Sometimes in the business space, in the entrepreneurial space, it becomes so lonely that you can't even share your frustration with other people because they don't understand. They just don't understand. But when I got the message from the 67 Foundation, I felt like I'm not alone. You know, your response, your fast response, I said to myself, this is amazing. At first, I thought it was one of those scams, you know, because people take opportunities in other people's frustrations. But when I got the response, I said to myself, this is a legit foundation, and I became interested. I went to your website and I read through, and I was so amazed to see other people like Osmo, and I said to myself, this is what I'm looking for. And I said to myself, you know, everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't have known about 67 Foundation if Looted hasn't happened. So I was, again, I mean, I was confident, but I still had to go to keep the ball rolling. Yeah. I would come to my schools, even though there was nothing that was left. I came and I claimed, and from the stuff that I saved, I just opened my booth. People came and they buy. People were coming and they were buying. So it was one of the things that I can say it has kept me going. The support from the foundation, and the support from my clients, and the support from the support that came from everywhere. Yeah. So as much as the situation was difficult, but so many people came through for me, and I truly appreciate. But more especially the 67 Foundation, because they have made me realize my dream. You know, I can say now we are in the process of launching the 4th shop now from the 9 of the space through the help of the foundation. Are you serious? Yes. We've successfully launched the Space Gateway Mall, which is doing very, 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 very good. And then we have launched the Rosebank Mall, and we're now about to launch Mall of Africa. As from next week, will be up and running, and Cavendish, Cape Town. So you have physical space in these locations? Yes. Are you serious? I am extremely serious. Wow. So when you gave me a call to say I received that amount, yes. I was over the moon. Because like we said, I said, yes. You know, where there is God, there is everything. So there's a way. So I was so amazed because I could see that now my dream is getting into reality. So I can tell you, carry on, please. I can safely say that the next day, when you gave me a call the other day, but the next day I went straight to the fabric shop. You know, I was like a kid in the candy shop. I was so rich. I was feeling myself. I was like, and people were saying, "Why are you buying so much? Because your shop has been looted." And I told them, "No, the foundation has came through for me." Wow. So and we had to now re-strategize as to how we're gonna make use of the 4 machines that we had. So we had to decide that some of the employees will work the day shift and some will work the night shift. So we're able to achieve the amount of clothing that we're supposed to produce. I can say so far so good. So far so good. So thank you very much. I truly appreciate the support. And I don't know what to say. I mean, what more can I say? Who does that? Who does that for another person, for a stranger? Because I'm literally a stranger in the foundation. I'm not even a member, but you came through for me. And I've created out of the 9 staff that I have, I've got 5 temporal now with the plan of making them permanent soon. So I've created 5 jobs. Wow. Through your help. Wow. So I am literally grateful for the opportunity. And my story is a bit somehow, but one can learn from it. And I still believe. I just said to myself, it means when there is a situation, that's where I get my strength. Because COVID happened, I managed to get a contract. And then looking happened, and I'm getting another contract, that means there's something about me that is going on with the difficult situations.
Yeah.
So
and your spirit, your energy, your tenacity, you know, there is just a lot of entrepreneurial characteristics that are, you know, packaged in you, you know, and please distribute a few to us so that we can also, you know, take from them and
Thank
go
you
and
so
win
much.
out there. Honestly, you are a winner. You are a true story of South African entrepreneurship, because I mean the challenges are there. Everyone gathered there can, you know, identify with the challenges that you have mentioned, and you know, for you to persevere and just continue to go on. Honestly, I mean, even if we end the Global Entrepreneurship Week today and we don't continue tomorrow to Thursday, your story and how you have been able to, you know, overcome them with the little support that you have received from different people. Honestly, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. People are asking, what's the name of your business?
It's DU Confidence Designs on Facebook and DU_Confidence Designs on Instagram.
Interesting.
I'll write on the chat. I'll write on the chat.
Okay. I would love to give an opportunity to someone to ask, someone that hasn't asked a question, to ask Duduzile one question, please, because we have to bring the session for today to a close. So someone that has not asked a question today, one question to Duduzile. It could be a challenge that you're going through and how you want to get over it or how you want to get out of it. Please direct your question to Duduzile. Who wants to? You can raise your virtual hand so that we can allow you. Who would like to? Who has got a question for Duduzile? I also have Ayanda here, but I think she dropped off. She was one of the beneficiaries also of the 67 CEOs Relief Fund. Okay, Luvo, yes. Luvo, please unmute your microphone and direct your question to Duduzile. Wow, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Duduzile.
Thank you for the platform. And I'm really sorry about the background. I'm on my way.
It's okay.
I just want to ask, like, is it possible to be mentored by Duduzile?
Interesting.
Because I think I have, I don't have just one question. I have a lot that I can ask, like even just to get direction from so many things. Because I'm also in the fashion industry.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Duduzile, please, you may respond to Luvo.
Hi, Luvo, how are you? Oh, you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. You know, Luvo, you just taken me to something that I thought of. You know, fashion industry is one of a very competitive industry that has so many opportunities. That we're supposed to come together, sit down, and have those conversations, because we've got different frustrations. But if you look at those frustrations, we all boil down into fashion. So I will really appreciate to mentor you with what I have so far and what I'll be exposed in going forward. I really won't have a problem in holding your hand, because I've seen a lot of things. I've been through a lot of difficulties that I may have not shared with you here, that I still maybe you're still gonna go through. So it will be an honor for me to have someone that I can share my experience and maybe share some information with you. It will be an honor for me, so that I can say one day I've done something for the foundation as well. So I am looking forward to mentor you. You can feel free to take my number. We can have a chat. If you are in Durban, you can. If you are in Durban or closer to Durban, you can even feel free to come and visit me in my space. You are more than welcome, and I am more than willing to assist you, Putwami. And yeah, let's make them beautiful. They're waiting for us. They're naked. They want us to dress them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll make a plan to come to Durban because I'm currently in Port Elizabeth.
No, it's fine. We can also take my number. We can talk via WhatsApp, or we can also arrange Zoom meetings. We'll see what will work for us. But I am, like I'm saying, I am more than willing to assist you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for the question, Luvo. Thank you so much, Duduzile, for that, and thank you for offering your service and passion, your experience to also mentor Luvo. And this is why 67 CEOs Foundation exists, to be able to make this kind of connection that is then, pouring and advancing other small business collectively. Sandra, do you have any parting shots before I allow Duduzile also to make a closing remark, and we bring this session to a close for today? Tomorrow we are here. You can use the same link that you guys used today to connect tomorrow, 9 a.m. And also on Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, Sandra Harris, your parting shot.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. And just thank you to the foundation for this platform. I think just as parting shots from my side is that, sometimes on the call, you find people who are like me and were in my position last year, whereby you're sitting with an idea, you're sitting with passion, you see opportunity, and it might seem distant to achieve it, or if you have any power. But I'm here to encourage you, to urge you that it is possible. It is possible, African child. Our dreams are valid and they can come true. Sometimes it feels like a dream now, but when you listen to great testimonies and stories like the one that is Duduzile, you see that it is possible. We're all able to see ourselves in her. Yes, for some, it might take a couple of months. For some, it might take a couple of years, but own your journey. Realize that you are a business. Before any great business success, there is a business leader, there is the entrepreneur, and we need to work on developing our minds instead of just developing the things around us. Because when tough times come, when a pandemic comes, when protest comes, if you are not building your growth mindset, if you are not working on becoming better, you will crumble. You won't have that tenacity and perseverance that Usis Dudu told us about when the tough time came. So don't be discouraged. Own your journey. Get plugged into such communities. You get to learn and be mentored by different people in your come up, so that when the realization of your business comes into being, you can be solid, you can be standing, you can be getting all the opportunities that sometimes we don't realize. But when we sit under the umbrella of such businesses, of such platforms, we get to then realize those opportunities. Some things take time. Like this week, this is only the first day of the week of the Global Entrepreneurship Week. There's so much that's going to be gained. Take notes, network with people, build those opportunities that are going to propel you. Even with this rebooting and reconfiguring, we need to pivot. As young people, we need to be thinking of opportunities that are really going to address the problems and the social aids that are faced by our country. So I wish you all the best. Do not take for granted all the work that is happening underground, because like a bamboo tree, when it's your time to grow and it's your season, then you will definitely flourish and multiply. That's it from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandra. And that's very apt, very, very on point. And like you encouraged all of us that, pandemic is going to come. There will be lack of funding, there will be looting, there will be all of these things. And we are not, agents of doom, but these challenges are just there and they are real. Nevertheless, the entrepreneur must work on him or herself and be able to stand strong in the midst of all these challenges, so that as the challenges come, you are able to overcome them and then grow and then increase and then continue to scale. So thank you very much, Sandra, for sharing that with us and for sharing your story. We wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see the impact that you're going to be making in the community or communities in Mpumalanga. Thank you so much. Duduzile, your parting shot, please.
Okay, I'd like to say thank you very much for the opportunity that I've been given to share my story. I always say to myself, one day I will tell my story, and now I've told my story.
Wow.
So to all the business owners, please don't give up. We've got this. Distractions and frustrations are part of the game. So you won't realize your strength if you're not being tested. So you can only know that you're good enough for a certain challenge if you're being tested. And let's learn from those bad experiences and look forward. And the journey might not be straightforward, but it's workable. That's what I can say. So I wish everyone that is here a very exciting journey, that's full of promises, that is full of good stories like the ones that I've told, and that those businesses boom and the support is available. Let's keep on pushing those doors open, because if you don't push those doors open, you won't know what's behind that door. And don't take no for an answer. No doesn't exist in an entrepreneurial journey. If they chase you away today, go back the next day. They'll until they hear your story. Yeah. So that is why I want to say to everyone, thank you so much for the platform. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And personally, I can relate to what you just said, that when they say no, go back, and that is how, by the help of God and the support of people that have been supporting us since 2017, that is how we got here. It hasn't been easy, and there's a lot of no's and not yet and come back and all of that, but we continue to go back, and that's how we've been here. So again, thank you very much to everybody, the small businesses that have joined us. We are very, very grateful to you, and we hope to see you here tomorrow and then be part of the continuation of Global Entrepreneurship Week 2021. It has been an awesome 3 hours. We had the Minister of Small Business Development, Ms. Stella Ndabeni Abrahams, and she gave the keynote address. We had Ms. Moiponi and Mr. Busha to tell us about some of the things business community can do to reboot the economy. And the program director, thank you so much. You've done a great job. And, hearing from Sandra and Duduzile, we are leaving this platform or this forum highly inspired. So I wish you all well. Thank you so much. And we will see you tomorrow. And let me say that go and make money with the information that you have heard. Go and implement them, because that's how you are able to build yourself up and also sustain your business. Thank you very much, guys. God bless you, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sam. Bye.